What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Paper Drew back with another video. I know it's been a minute since I dropped a video, and yes, I am still alive, obviously. But I've been picking stuff up here and there, but nothing I felt like making a video about. Most of the stuff you guys can see on my social media, all that stuff will be down in the description below if you guys want to follow. That's pretty much about it, man. Just been more on the podcast game, just been more working, building up the business. And if you guys are familiar with what I have been doing for the past couple, years, a year actually, full-time, is doing retail arbitrage, online arbitrage, and just pretty much reselling full-time. Now, with that, I've shared that with you guys on my social media platforms. If you're not familiar, all my stuff would be down in the description. But for those who are familiar with it, I've gotten a lot of questions on like how to start, what am I buying, what to buy, where to start, how much money does it take, all that stuff. So I figured, starting out, most of you guys have full-time jobs, and this would be kind of like a side hustle for you, or just kind of a hobby. Just make some extra money or whatever the case may be. I don't suggest that everybody, go out and quit their job and do their own thing. It's not for everybody. Some people like that stability. Some people need that stability. Some people have families and things of that nature. Other people that depend and count on them. So that's not an option for everybody. But what I will say is that there is money to be made out there if you can spare some time. And we all say, time is money, and that's, that holds true. So we're going to be doing a little bit of thrifting today. And I'm going to start off with this 20 bucks. I actually took out more from my ATM, but $20. We're going to do some thrifting with 20 bucks. And I actually have to be home for an appointment before 4:30, and it's 3:50 right now, so I'm in a couple spots. Now, with that being said, my budget is 20 bucks, and most of you guys should be able to and can be able and can start with 20 bucks. Now, that's just saving $5 for a week or whatever the case may be. And if you did it for a full week, which is 5 days, 5 business days, you would have $25. So you probably would have $5 more than what I'm working with right now. And I actually have a time constraint as well. Now, what I will say before we get into this, because I have to get in here and get out, I want to hit a couple spots before I got to get that appointment done, is that it is better to leave with nothing out of a store than to leave with junk. So keep that in mind as well. Just don't go in there and just because you got 20 bucks and you see something like, oh, that's a good deal, I'm gonna take it. You gotta do some comps, which is pretty much just doing research and see how much things are selling for on different platforms. So keep that in mind as well. With that being said, let's go ahead and get into the video. I'm not gonna show anybody's faces in the stores. Some of these stores I have, relationships with people. They put stuff to the side for me and stuff like that. I'm not gonna put them out there because I don't want to get them in trouble and things of that nature. This is their livelihood, and so. But I'm going to do some sourcing. I'll show you guys what to look for and things of that nature. And if we do bring something back, I'll recap it for you guys. With that being said, let's get into the video. Well, this is where somebody keeps some of the special price clothing. As you can see here, pretty dope Carhartt, but not for that price. Plus, it's over our budget. Pendleton, 20 bucks. So this is the more expensive stuff that they have here, but sometimes this is some like new with tags. As you can see, that's new with tags, but $7.99. That's not worth it. Now, some of the stuff you guys have to look up, because some of this stuff you won't know starting out, so you might want to look it up. But I've been doing this a while, so I kind of know what I'm looking for. Like Black Label, like something like that, Bulls, but that's not worth it. What's this? Army. Something tactical with it, but not official Army. Official Army stuff, military stuff, stuff pretty good, but not stuff like that. Let's see here. Columbia. This is yellow, so this is 75% off, but I don't see the price on here. This is large Japan, made in Taiwan, Portland, but yeah, I don't know about that right now. We're trying to get stuff that's going to move fairly quickly so we can get our capital back. And hopefully you guys can hear me. I'm not trying to be too loud, but I don't want to be too low either. Something like this, $9.99. it's kids. If it was grown-ups or adult, yeah, but it's kids, so. Stuff. Something like this, you would think, oh, that'd be pretty cool, right? But it's got M&M's, but no Salvador, not a single stitch or anything. So, not this looks pretty old. This is old. Single stitch. Let's do it. 73. That's 1973. This is a shirt from 1973. Poach. Hold on to this. Check it. Columbia. Alright, I'm gonna pause this and look up that shirt and let you guys know. So the first spot was a dud. Found a couple of things, but upon looking them up and seeing comps, just a couple of things I didn't find. I'll leave those things so you guys can see. Pretty much just, we're gonna start off using eBay because pretty much anybody can use eBay later on. If you want to get into Mercari, Poshmark, and all that other stuff, you can. But I would say get into one particular platform. Not master it completely, because even there's people who've been doing this for years and they're figuring stuff out as time goes on. But get a good grasp of one platform first before you just dive into 3 or 4 or 5 of them all at the same time, and then you kind of don't know what's going on. But looking up comps on eBay, because there's a lot of eBay's a big marketplace. A lot of things go up for sale on eBay. There's a lot of traffic that comes through eBay. So if you want to check for comps, which is pretty much to see competitive or competitors and how much they've sold for, then you're going to want to see how long things have taken to sell in the past 90 days, how much they sold for, and then you'll see if it's worth your time. Sometimes it's not, sometimes it is. In this case, in the first stop, there was nothing there. I did find a good, nice Russell Athletic crew neck. I took a picture and I'll show that to you guys. Unfortunately, on the left side, if you see the photo, which will be the person's right side if they're wearing it, it looks like there was at some point in time a big rip and somebody sewed it in. So those are the things you kind of got to look for. You got to always inspect these particular pieces when you go into the thrift store, because you don't want to buy something thinking that, oh man, I struck gold. Then you get to the house and it's got a pinhole in it or multiple pinholes in it, rips, tears, stains, armpit stains, stuff like that, holes under the armpits. That's happened to me a couple of times. Holes in the top of the seam, especially with these older shirts, vintage shirts, the 90s, 80s, 70s, I found stuff, 60s. Sometimes people like that worn in look with the holes, and that's when you just got to do comps, man. If if it's something where it's like a rock band tee or something like that, I'm not talking about the video game, but like Kurt Cobain, an original, not a reprint, original tour tees, things like that, and they have pinholes in it. Some people like stuff like that, and adds character to the piece. So when you look up comps, it would more than likely be worth your time and worth your money to buy that particular piece and list it, especially if it's something that's an original. So this is my second stop. Like I said, crunch for time. Was a dub on the first stop, so let's go ahead into this next stop. Alright, this stop they have 50 now. Yellow is 50% off today, so this is where they have their special price clothing. So their special price clothing sometimes is really good. Found some really good stuff here. Back on there. Just yellow is
50% off. But $9 for this hard rock crew neck sweatshirt. Probably not the best thing to do right now, especially that's half of our budget here. So let's see, Tommy Hilfiger with new tags. How much they want? 17. That's not what it is. Chaps, no, Reebok. What's this? Notorious. That's pretty dope. You would figure, but this kills it for me. I'm not buying that, especially not for $12. If it had a tag, or if it was a vintage tag or something, that's something you got to be careful, mindful for. There's printed tags. There's printed tag stuff. This is new, or new-ish, and it ain't worth anything. See, Peyton Manning, 18, and I think I've seen this before. Yeah, it's got some messed up parts here. Where is it? The other one is this one here, pretty messed up. The back is nice though. The numbers are really good too, but that kind of kills it. They don't go for much anyways. Yeah, but it is authentic, which is good. You look for authentic stuff. Alright, let me move and see if I find something else.
Okay, so stop number 2, dud. I went ahead and took a picture of one of the things that I did kind of see over there, just so you guys can see, not to fall for a trap of, you know, something that might look cool or just because it's a collab or whatever the case may be. It was a Punisher and Realtree Marvel shirt, one of those printed tags. It wasn't like an actual tag, an old school tag at this point, because everything, like all these shirts nowadays come with, you know, printed tags. It wasn't like an OG tag. What I mean by tag is a printed tag is, I showed you guys in that clip, but like something like this champion jersey, you can see that has a tag, like that's a tag, but this is from, what is this? This is a 98, 99 Jordan Bulls jersey. Like he retired and then they dropped this. You can see no cracking. This is like one of my best finds as far as thrifting. But I digress. It's good that happened, because a lot of people think like, oh, you know, Drew, when you go out there, you're lucky, you know, you find these things. I go out and I never find things, and sometimes I don't find shit either. So it's good that this happened, because as you can see, I only went to 2 spots, and you know, that really drastically diminishes your chances of finding anything decent. Now sometimes I go to, you know, 4 or 5 spots, and then at one spot I find, you know, 3 or 4 or 5 different things, and you know, that's my trip for the day. But on the time that maybe I go to 2 spots, I might find 1 thing. Now on this particular trip, I went to 2 spots, right? Didn't find not a damn thing, but it's because I'm looking for certain items now. I'm looking for high ASP, which is average sale price. So I'm looking for more than a $10 profit. Like when I first started, up until about recently, I was looking for $10 to $15 profit. Now I'm looking from somewhere to 20, 30, 40. If I'm doing vintage, you know, if I'm doing thrifting, like clothing and stuff like that, electronics. The electronics is a little trickier. I'm gonna start off with clothes, because it's a lot easier for people to start off with, beginners. It's easier to ship. It's not heavy. You can put in a little poly bag, ship it out. The most you'll pay for something like a crew neck or sweatshirt, they could go up to, you know, like $7 max, depending on where you're shipping, of course. You know, it could be 1 pound, 2 pound, whatever the case may be. But most shirts are anywhere from 6 ounces to 11 ounces, depending on, you know, what kind of shirt it is, if you're doing bundling, whatever the case may be. But the most you'll pay for there, anything under a pound can go first class. You're looking, the most is like $5 if I'm on the East Coast. So if I ship to California, it could go up to like $5.76 or somewhere around there. That'd be the max if I'm shipping. So electronics is a little trickier. You got to test it, make sure it works. It's heavier. You got to make sure when you're packaging it, you're taking extra care. You're putting styrofoam, little bubbles, or whatever the case may be, you know, and all that good stuff. Make sure you get a box that fits it correct, like all the way around, but gives a little bit of space so you can package stuff in there. So, you know, electronics, that's a little bit more advanced. So if you're starting out, then you're gonna want to probably start off with clothing. It's easiest to get into, take pictures real easy, stuff like that. So that's that. But this is just pretty much day one, and then we'll do day two.